Welcome back, makers. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jeanette Fry. I'm the owner and maker of JeBelle Sheek. So for today's video, I thought I would probably kick off spring. You guys, spring is such a fun time of the year and I really love this season. So I got in some awesome vinyl from this vendor online, and y'all, this vinyl is to die for. I cannot wait to show you this Tumbler tutorial. So once again, makers, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you on board. And if at the end of this video, if you love this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. It is helping my channel out. So I can go on and on as to how much I am excited to use this new vinyl. And you guys, I just want to show you this Tumbler tutorial. So I think that's enough for me. Let's get into it. Let's go. All right, makers, let's go ahead and get this Tumbler tutorial started. So here I am starting with a fully prepped and sanded tumbler. This is a 20-ounce skinny straight from the Stainless Steel Depot. And I just went ahead and just spray painted it just a light blue with some Rustoleom paint. So for this tutorial, we'll be using the Epoxy Method. So I have here about 20 mLs, which I probably won't use. So I've already mixed it. So we're gonna go ahead and begin applying that to the tumbler. So I don't know if I mentioned the epoxy that I did use was the Speed Dry Epoxy from Mr. Nola's Glitter. So let's get into it. So the glitters I'm going to be using is by PDB. This is called High Dive, and this is by PDB as well. This is called Rare Sparkle, and we're going to splash in a little of Hurts by NMO. All right, so first I'm going to start off with my chunky first. So let's go ahead and apply. And I'm just going to apply this to the entire tumbler. Makers, that High Dive, oh my God. You guys, if you have not picked this up, this is from PDB. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is so pretty. So I did think that I wanted to add in Rare Sparkle. I still may. However, I'm going to go in and do a splash of Hurts over this because I want to give it some dimension. So what I'm going to do is just place a little of this in my shaker. And just to add a little bit more adhesion to the tumbler, I went ahead and just sprayed my tumbler with some extra whole hairspray just to get a little bit more adhesion. So I'm just going to lightly sprinkle this on the tumbler. And I just want to give it a little bit more dimension, because the vinyl that we're going to be using, you guys, it is to die for. Also has some splashes of pink here and there. So just lightly sprinkling it, just try to give it a little bit more dimension. Don't go overboard. Well, you can if you want to, but I'm just doing a light sprinkle. Y'all, once again, this is one of those moments where I'm asking you all to just trust the process. So this is what it's looking like so far. So once again, when I feel like I'm just using just one or two glitters, y'all, my emotions just get the best of me. So I'm going to add one more glitter just to give it a little bit more extra dimension. This is Piper. This is by Glitter Couture. I do not know if this company is still operating, but this is a chunky opal. And I just feel that this tumbler needed a little bit more. So I've already sprayed my tumbler with the white grain hairspray just to give a little bit more adhesion. So I'm just going to lightly sprinkle this on. All right, makers, so I think by layering those glitters gave me the exact look that I was going for. So now that I am all done with the glitters, I'm just going to take some regular parchment paper here and just roll my tumbler in it and get it nice and smooth. All right, makers, as you can see from the time lapse, I really took my time just to make sure I got everything nice and smooth because we are applying vinyl over this glitter to one section of it. So I wanted to make sure everything was nice and smooth. So of course, this is my best part, favorite part, peeling the tape line back to reveal those sharp corners. And to get this going, I'm going to seal it with one coat of probably glitter glue. And then before that, I'm going to apply some, spray it with Rustoleom clear. And then I'm going to do one thin coat of glitter glue and then 2 thin coats of epoxy. All right, makers, so here we are. After 2 thin coats of epoxy, we are ready for our next steps. So what I have here is, y'all, I got this pretty vinyl from a vendor on Etsy. I was inspired by a maker that used this same vinyls, and I thought I would just put my spin on it. If I can recall that maker, I will list that maker in the description box below. So we're going to be using this vinyl. It is so pretty. Of course, I will list the name of the vendor in the description box below as well. And we're going to be using this honeycomb pattern. I got this from Etsy. You can use any type of honeycomb pattern. I just size it to the cup of my tumbler. And of course, we're going to be adding some stripe elements. So what I'm going to do, I've already measured my cup, my tumbler. The circumference of the tumbler is about 9.5. So half of that, I want to use half of the vinyl. So I'm going to cut the vinyl at 4.25. So that's 4 1/4. So I'm going to use my vinyl cutter to cut the vinyl in half. All right, makers, so we are ready to apply our vinyl. So I've already just cut and measured my little line, and I've cut away some of the vinyl from the backer so I can do the hinge method. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try not waste too much of this vinyl because it's so pretty. I'm just going to line it up on the line that I cut, that I drew on here. Just make sure that's nice and even. And then I'm going to take my scissors because I don't want to waste all this vinyl down here. So I probably could use this piece for something else. So I'm just going to take the other piece and start removing the vinyl from the backer. And I'm just using my thumbs just to press nicely. Art maker, so now that we have the vinyl all nice and flat, I just went ahead and just pulled these edges. So when we use the cup edging tool, everything is nice and even. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the honeycomb pattern. I've already put it on some transfer paper. And we're going to apply this blank spot here. So once again, just take your time. All right, makers, so now that we have this vinyl on here, I am just going to simply just take this craft knife by Cricut and just cut away the excess. So I'm going to just do it on this side, and then the other side I'm going to use my cup edging tool to cut away the excess. So you guys have seen me use this many times before, so I'm going to cut away the edges from the vinyl pieces, and then we'll be back for the next steps. Art makers, I don't know if you can tell from the time lapse, but I did have to take my time to make sure I got all of these edges really nice and sharp. And then I had some overlapping that was here, so I had to use the craft knife to cut that away as well. So next, what we're going to do, we're going to apply our stripe detail. So if you guys have seen me use this plenty of times before, so I have some regular black matte vinyl. This is 651. So we're going to take this and we're just going to apply it right on those seams. And then I'm going to take the silver inset and apply it within the black. All right, makers, now that we have all of our vinyl applied nice and smooth, everything is good to go. I'm going to seal this with a coat of clear by Rustoleom and one thin coat of epoxy, and then we'll be back for the next elements to finishing up this tumbler. All right, makers, so now that we have our cup all nice and smooth, I did apply one thin layer of epoxy. I did want you guys to see that I did just take some chunky glitter. I will list the name of that supplier below while the tumbler was turning, and just added a lot of these little pieces of this chunky holographic glitter. So I just felt that the tumbler just needed a little bit more dimension with the honeycomb pattern. All right, so now I'm going to take our decals. I got these decals from Etsy. I will definitely list the name of the vendor below. So I cut out some very small bees, and then I cut out a very large bee floral as well. So now we're going to get ready to apply our florals, bee florals to our tumbler. All right, makers, so I've already weeded these designs, so I'm just going to remove them. The largest one from the spiker, and I kind of want this in the center, so I'm just going to lift my cup up at eye level. I guess I could have left it on there. And I'm just going to try to gauge where the center is. You know what? I'm going to put it back on here. I'm just not too good at measuring. All right, so I have it back on the transfer paper, and I'm just gonna kind of gauge where I want my center to be. Oops. Keeps getting when I get stuck. I'm gonna move it over just a tad more. All right, so I think it's gonna look good right there. So I'm just gonna check my placement one more time. And I'm gonna put one sticky side down, and I'm gonna take the remainder and lift it off. Perfect. So now I'm going to get ready to apply all of these small beads, and I'm going to take you guys along with me just randomly around the honeycomb pattern. All right, makers, so after adding, as you can see from the time lapse, after adding the small beads, I just thought it just made it look way too busy, so I just removed those. So in this case, I know what y'all gonna say, less is more, less is more. So what I'm gonna do to finish this tumbler off is add 2 thin coats of epoxy. So I really think that bee is just popping and just making everything come together so seamless. So I'm gonna apply 2 thin coats of epoxy, and we will be on to finishing up our bee tumbler tutorial. Welcome back, makers. Welcome back, y'all. We are done with this tumbler. Oh my goodness, it turned out so beautiful. Oh, you guys, look at those colors, and once again, look at that beautiful vinyl. Y'all, I know I say this all the time, but I am so in love with this tumbler. I think making bee tumblers and just the whole beehive vibe is just my thing. I just really enjoy it. So if you have any questions as to how I created this tumbler, definitely link those below, and I will definitely get back to you as soon as I can. And once again, all the products that I used in creating this tumbler tutorial will be listed and linked below. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It was so fun to make, and y'all know I am extra, so when I say I'm just gonna add one element, y'all know I come back with a whole lot more. So that's just the fun of tumbler making. I really enjoy it. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Once again, makers, I did not forget about the quote for today's video. Y'all know I always have something for you. So the quote for today's video is protect your peace, protect your peace. I cannot stress that enough. I think the most important thing to me right now at this stage in my life is just being at peace and just minding my own business. You guys, I just, you know, peace is just my most treasured thing right now. So not looking to the left or right of me, and just staying focused on me and myself only, and my family, and, you know, putting God first in everything that I do, and just being at peace. That is just most important to me. So I really hope you guys find some motivation in this tutorial, in this quote as well. I cannot find my words today. So once again, makers, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you on board. And please don't forget to click that thumbs up button if you love this video, you guys. My channel is slowly growing and I am so excited. I know I say that at each and every video, but you guys, I am just so loving YouTube. I am loving YouTube. And most of all, I am looking forward to bringing you all some new spring and summer Tumbler tutorials as well. So once again, makers, into the next video, you guys stay blessed, and most of all, continue creating.
Hoping somehow we can make this alright. Just keep on trying.